Hello, now we're going to talk about the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a study undertaken by an organization to identify its internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as its external opportunities and threats. Let's talk about the sprint strengths. The past few years, the expansion of the portfolio and competitive data plans to suit the smartphones and tablet users has been a major strength for Sprint.
This has been a major strength because with an expansion of the portfolio, there's greater offerings. With greater offerings, there's a differentiation with revenue incomes. So instead of getting your whole revenue stream from one particular type of customer or type of product or service, you're differentiating the portfolio in order to acquire different revenue streams that would better help the company to thrive.
Another major strength is Sprint's focus on download speed and reliability. Seems to be very helpful for recruiting and retaining customers.
Once again, this talks about the Sprint's ability to have a technological advantage, and this is a major strength for Sprint.
Another good point is the strong brands like Sprint, Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, and Assurance Wireless across geographies.
And this helps with Sprint because, like we spoke of earlier, Breno, the international student that he is, has the ability with these certain types of plans to pay as you go in order to have a cheaper rate with international calls, which allow people to be better connected in a modern world where connecting with people and being able to communicate is so highly valued.
Also, Sprint's providing unmatched service to business solutions. And in a market where there's only 4 big companies that actually control it, having business solutions is actually a huge, major strength.
And to just finish off the strengths, the 4G coverage map is something we really already hashed on quite a bit. But the 4G coverage map is so crucial because they are offering the 4G network in a greater amount of areas than competitors, which is a strength, but it is not large enough, once again, to be the competitive advantage. And great relationships with suppliers is crucial. Even though Sprint is in the industry that controls the power over suppliers, having a great relationship with suppliers allows for greater agreements and greater communication with those suppliers for better products. Better products from suppliers allow Sprint to produce better products for the customers.
Now let's talk about the weaknesses. Sprint does have limited global reach, as it concerns primarily in Americas. So for me it works really well because my family's out in Brazil, so they have good services in Latin America, North America, but when we talk more about overseas, Europe or Asia, they don't have great services. Also, server competition in technology and service means increasing investments and limited market share.
And with that, we talk a little bit about how the profitability of the company is affecting Sprint's ability to compete and remain competitive in the market. Increased investments requires increased capital, or a better credit rating, which we already learned Sprint's is a B plus at this moment, which is low compared to many of the Fortune 500 companies, which are more in the AA range, which allows a lower interest rate. So currently, the increased need for investments are hurting Sprint even more, especially with the increased inability to not make a profit for the firm.
Also, delaying foray into 4G LTE services, and the customer losses due to the shutdown of Nextel platform. The Nextel platform was a very famous and huge part of the company, which was shut down because of the new technologies that arise in the past few years. The opportunities. The foray into 4G market engenders growth prospects as adoption continues to grow robustly.
And this is an opportunity mainly because people are increasingly wanting quicker and quicker access to information, as well as the devices which operate under the Sprint network, such as we speak to devices, the Apple iPhone. The Apple iPhone has increasingly impressive opportunities, and with this opportunity for greater download speeds from the phone and greater operations with the phone, the network needs to keep up And with that, if Sprint is able to keep up, that would be a huge opportunity for Sprint.
Another major opportunity is the rising demand for smartphones and tablets. We all know that our generation is always requiring more smartphones, more tablets. Companies use now, school uses now. So this is a huge opportunity for Sprint to offer their services. Another point is the increasing demand for mobile broadband.
And that's just more into the technological advances and that are an opportunity for Sprint in the future with a increased need for greater information streams through the network.
A key opportunity that as a group we identify, and I agree that can be the best opportunity for Sprint are the strategic alliances with companies such as Apple, Google, or Sun Microsystems.
And with that, there's an opportunity for the ability to help one company helping another, business-to-business transactions and alliances, which allow for a greater end product for the end users, which are the customers.
There's also an increase in demand for 4G technologies, which are one of the Sprint's main strengths. So we can work with that. Now let's talk about the threats. There's a high penetration rate and increased churn of the wireless segment, limiting the growth for the subscribers.
And with the current industry that they operate in, the ability to steal customers and customers not being loyal is a major threat for the firm.
Also, there's a competitive pressures from the incumbent players.
This speaks again to the price gouging, how people are paying off other contracts in order to attain customers because the market is so full right now.
Another point is the rapid technological change in the telecommunication sector.
This talks again about how currently Sprint is technologically advanced. However, it is a major threat. If they do end up getting behind the 8 ball of the advancement of the firm and the advancement of the technological side of the firm, then Sprint will fall behind. And unfortunately for them is they are falling behind right now with the technological advances. So if they did fall behind, it would truly hurt the firm to attain a more profitable route.
And finally, the last threat is there aren't enough wireless towers in this country, which would make Sprint maybe try to go to another country or something like that, but it's really hard and expensive.
Right. And with that, we talked a little bit about the strategies that are currently happening and currently available to Sprint. Currently, a strength opportunity right now for Sprint is the strength of the technological advancements and the opportunity of a partnership or a strategic alliance. Because strategic alliances grow based on their abilities to align their products to better serve the end user. And with that, Sprint would have a major strength opportunity. As far as a opportunity threat, currently a major opportunity threat right now would be the technological advances that we talked of, and how the threat would be getting behind the technological curve. And a way for that strategy would be to invest heavily in R&D and try to seek out different ways of having these technological advancements met. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is one that we've very carefully considered, and we believe it's an increasingly precious thing, and that is the weakness opportunity currently. And the weakness opportunity we see is the weakness is Sprint currently doesn't offer any greater deal of security or privacy with their network than any other network. So that is a weakness because it doesn't differentiate them. And the opportunity is that customers are increasingly wanting their privacy and also the safety concern. Constantly you hear of hackers getting into firms. So with this we have a weakness opportunity with this weakest opportunity, we think the strategy would be to invest heavily in a security program, possibly even acquiring a smaller technological security firm in order to better advance the capabilities of Sprint.